Thank you for joining us for another episode of Bent Not Broken, where we speak with regular folks like you and I who have mustered up the courage to accept the things that has happened in their lives so that they can no longer hold them prisoner and to stand tall in their truth. Today we'll be speaking with Georgia Gordon, who will be detailing her story of overcoming. She'll be sharing with us some of the things that have befell her in life, which under regular, normal circumstances should have left her broken and defeated, but they didn't. Georgia, thank you for being with us here today on Bent Not Broken and for opting to share your story.
You're most welcome, Stacey. You're most welcome.
All right, so let us jump into it. So tell us, who is Georgia Gordon now?
Particularly Georgia Gordon now. Nice, kind person, loving, and actually a non-nonsense person.
Okay.
Yeah, non-nonsense. Georgia is like that. No, right now.
And were you always this person? Were you always like that? Or as things changed throughout the years?
Well, Stacey, no, not necessarily. From I'm younger, my younger latter part of life, I always have that love in me, kindness, and as I said, non-nonsense. So if I'm growing up, I would put up with no form of foolishness.
Okay. So from your young, you're always serious.
Yes, there was always this seriousness about me, yeah.
Okay. All right. So if you can look back at your life, what are some of the things that you think you have experienced that under normal circumstances really and truly, should have knocked you down, but you were able to overcome?
Well, getting pregnant at a very young age.
Okay.
I think that's one thing I really, I think it hurts me a lot, but it also built me in a lot of ways. A lot of ways, they say.
Right.
Yes, yes.
And when you say young, how old were you?
15 years old. 15 years old, sis.
Right. So that meant that you would have had to stop going to school and all that. Okay.
Yes, yes.
So how did you kind of bounce back from that experience? Because I mean, at 15 with a child, and you yourself pretty much being a child, so how did you kind of bounce back from that?
I bounced back because there was family that encouraged me, I had that family bond right there. So at that tender age, it was a lot, Stacey, because I have to even take on my brothers and sisters, even when I have to take care of my baby.
Okay. So you were like the matriarch, even though you're not their mother, but is it that you were the eldest sibling?
Yes, I was the second of seven children from my mom.
Okay. So you had the baby. What was next for Georgia?
Well, I do a lot of housework, as I say, I have to take care of my brothers and my sister. Stacey, my mother never wanted to send me back to school. No, she did not. I have to find classes for myself and go. Yes, so actually, I did not get my high school education.
Right. But you're saying that you were able, is it like evening classes that you attended?
Yes, that was it. Yes, it was like that.
All right. So from what I'm hearing, you were having to push yourself. You weren't really getting that push from your family to say, to go back to school, to try and do something for yourself. So you had to be pushing yourself.
Yes, I've been pushing myself from having that child at that tender age. I did all of that on my own.
All right. So You have your first child, you did some classes, went back to school, did some classes. What was next on your journey?
Okay, next on my journey, after going to classes, I have to get jobs. Looking different jobs because I have to take care of my baby.
Right.
Because the father wasn't around. So
Mm.
then I would have to look jobs to do all of that on my own.
Right. And how was that, seeing that you didn't have, like you say, a formal high school education? So, what did the job market look like for you? What jobs were available to you?
Well, yeah, the jobs were limited to me, but guess what? I did all that I could do to maintain everything that I want for me and that child. Anything was available, I would do it.
Okay. So it was pretty much survival mode, doing what was
Yes, it was.
necessary to
Yes,
ensure the child was good. Okay.
yes,
Yes.
very much so.
So after having that child, did you have other children after?
Okay, well, my other daughter born 9 years after. My
Okay.
second child, I get her 9 years after.
Okay. And at that point in your life, what was it like for you then? Were you
Having the second
working?
child,
Yes. So when the second
yes,
child came
I
about, what
was,
was
yes.
life like for you at that time?
Well, it wasn't bad as the first one
Okay.
because I would get assistance from her father, the second
Okay.
father. I would get that assistance. So it wasn't really that bad.
Okay. And by this time now, had you gotten a job and had kind of set up yourself, a little better than before?
Yes, I did. Yes, I did. I got a job and I did indeed try to do the best that I can when my second child came along. I did.
Okay. And what are your children doing now for themselves? Were you able to get them to accomplish the things that you weren't able to accomplish? Were you able to see them through that process?
Yes, I did.
Okay.
I did. I see it straight through. I would always say to them that, listen, it is important for you to make yourself somewhat in society. I actually didn't never leave the country, never. I've never left Jamaica because I have 5 girls. It was pure girls. And so I wanted to stay with them and make sure everything was intact with
Right.
them. Yeah, I did that.
And I guess that probably came from you not wanting them to make the same mistake that you made. So you ensure that you're always there by them to guide them.
Yes, that's exactly what I did. I would do everything for them. Sometimes I would think that I am spoiling them, but no, it's not spoiling.
Right.
It was just me being a mother to them and trying for them to do the right thing, not to make mistake that I did.
Right. All right. So all of that has happened. You had 5 girls, as you said. How was life having to take care of those 5 children? Did you have assistants with taking care of them, or were you pretty much a single parent?
Well, I would say after marriage, I am a single parent. Even when marriage was there, because my husband will be overseas most of the time.
Okay.
And so I would be here with my children. And it wasn't easy, Stacey. Raising 5 girls, no, it's not easy, none at all. That's a handful. And I would say to someone who have children, I know that it's not easy. It's very hard sending them to school. I practically give up my whole entire life to take care of my children. Yes, everything I do, But then I know it's based on my children. I would make sure they go to school,
Right.
eat, clothing, house. I did everything, and it was because of these children.
Right. So when you look back, would you say that you pretty much sacrificed your life to ensure that they got the opportunities that you didn't have?
Yes, yes, I did. And I'm very proud. I did not get to go to university, but my children go to every school,
Right.
everyone. And so yes.
Right. So you don't feel as though you missed out by making that sacrifice for them. You're happy that you made the sacrifice for them.
I'm so happy.
Okay.
I am overwhelmed. Yes, I am happy. I'm not sorry one bit. Not even in the case of hurting when I get pregnant young, but because I was able to bounce back
Right.
and take care of everybody in a motherly way. Yes, I am proud. No, I don't regret it.
Okay. Right. So what's next for Georgia?
Well,
Because
next
you've,
for
you've
me,
raised the children now. You sacrificed most of your life. You've raised the children. They're all adults, all educated. So what's next for Georgia now?
well, Georgia is trying right now to raise her grandchildren. Can you believe that? No, I finished with my children, not completely, because you can't finish with your
Right.
children, right? But it means now I'm on the part, no, the second leg now of assisting with my grandchildren. Their parents are there, but it feels good just to assist my grandchildren. And for me personally, Georgia, I never get to travel back then until just I think in this year I went overseas with my kids.
Right.
So for Georgia, I would like to travel, do a lot of things that I never get to do in my younger part of life.
Right.
And I'm divorced, so yes, I would indeed try to see if I can get that part of life now intact.
Okay. So do you feel as though it's too late or you missed out? Or are you just looking to say that, it's never too late? You're still able to do those
No,
things
it's
now.
never too late.
Okay.
I can tell, no, it's never too late. Having my children and they're grown, believe me, Stacey, it feels very good. Sometimes it's like I don't even have them.
Right.
Yes, but they are grown and then we are very close. We are very, very close, I share things with them, they would share things with me. Whatever I want, I would go to them. I mean, you would say they're all you have. All
Right.
I have,
Right.
I must say to you, my children. I
Right.
don't have much, but what I know I do have is the love for my children and
Amen.
that they have for me. Yes, yes.
And sometimes, that is all we need. I think sometimes we place emphasis on like material things and money and all that, but we don't realize that, one of the best things that we can have and experience is love. So
Yes, and
I'm happy
for
that you
me,
pointed that out.
it's my motto, Stacey.
Yes.
It is love. Because if you don't have that, no, please remember, you don't have nothing. And the bond that I have with my children, I actually can feel it, even speaking with you. I am proudly saying it. I would not want any different sets of children that they have shown to me.
Right.
Trying to be respectful, and all of that. And that's one of my main things is for you to be respectful to others and show some love a lot. No, we don't have to. What we can do is try,
Right.
and I think if we try and try hard, we can do it. Yes, I think so. As mothers, we can do it.
So, but what I'm getting is that, your children is also appreciative they're also appreciative of the sacrifices that you have made, and they actually have made you aware of the fact that they do appreciate you and what you have done to get them to the point they're at in their lives.
Yes, because let me share something with you, Stacey. My second daughter, Trifina, my first child, Karina, I got her young, right?
Mm-hmm.
And she's hearing impaired, you know. She fell off the step where my mom is living, and she was in a coma for a while.
Mm-hmm.
So when she got out now, they say that she has some hearing loss
Right.
in one of the ears. So
Right.
she is hearing impaired. Very
Right.
nice child, yes. My second daughter, yes. When she got her mastered, I remember she texted me and she said, "Mommy, thank you. We did it."
Mm-hmm.
Tears ran down my eye because she said, "Mommy, you did it as a single parent."
Mm-hmm.
And she talked about it in church.
Okay.
The child let me cry all the time, Stacey, because she will talk about, you know, persons living in the garrison. And when I'm sitting there and realizing the child is speaking about me,
Right.
right, in church.
Mm-hmm.
So she will let you know that this is her mother who let her reach where she reached.
Mm-hmm.
And she so appreciated of it because I did it as a single mom.
Right.
And you know, Stacey, it's not just my 5 children that I birthed.
Mm.
I have 2 more girls that I add on the list and call them my 6th, 7th daughter.
Okay, all right. Tell them about that now.
Yes, those girls appreciate me so much.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how much to explain it. And, you know, it make you tremble a lot to hear somebody sit down and said, "Thank you."
Mm-hmm.
And she said she cannot. They said to me, because 2 of them, one is Dejane and one is Daniel. They used to attend Alpha with
Right.
my youngest child, Akilia. And so I would always encourage them, you know, talk with them, give them
Mm-hmm.
little pep talk and them lunch money and everything. And believe me, Stacey, the children appreciate it so much. I
Right.
would get gift cards telling me thank you. And
Right.
even though one of them, the 2 of them migrated, and they would say to me that they will never tire of saying thank you and how
Right.
much they loved me.
So let me get
So
this straight now. So even though you were a single parent with your 5 children, you still
yes,
took on the responsibility for 2 other children that were
and
not
it's
your
not
children
true.
and
Yes,
helped
it's
them
not
out.
true. It is, so you would say 7 girls, and then I have 4 boys.
Okay, so how the boys came into the into the picture now?
My daughter Trifina, they used to attend Camperdown with her.
Okay.
She brought home one first, and I assist with the boy. Then she bring her next one.
So is
Then
it that
after,
these boys were in need of help and she just took them
yes,
home
yes,
and
they
asked you to help
really,
them?
yes, yes.
Okay.
And
Okay.
listen to me, I struggle with those boys, with all the children. I struggle,
Mm-hmm.
and it's the same thing with them. They would call me mom.
Right.
Right now, in their big man stage, they
Mm-hmm.
will. I see them all the time. They will take me out on birthdays
Okay.
all the time, Stacey. Yes, and believe me, I don't burn them, but
Mm-hmm.
having them with me, they
Mm-hmm.
are so good, so much goodness in these boys
Right.
that I would do it over again with
Right.
them.
Right.
Yes, yes.
So,
And they have the love for me. Yes.
right. So,
So yes,
I guess at the outset, one of the things you said about yourself is that you are a kind person. And, your actions now, based on what you're sharing with us, clearly depicts that. Because not everyone who is in a situation of lack and need would actually take on additional responsibilities on themselves, but you did that. So, I just want to applaud you for that, because that's not something that everybody would have done. They would have probably looked at it to say, look, they have enough stress, they can't take on no more problem. But, you saw the need to help these kids, and you did, and you helped them out of nothing, because it's not as though you were rich or you had it.
No, I am not. And Betsy, one of the boy, his mother brought him to me, His
Okay.
mother said, that her son told her that I am looking after his two friends.
Okay.
And then she brought her son, I remember well, she brought him with his pulley, and she told me that she'll actually help me to pay lights and water. I've never seen her all those years. I have the boy.
Okay.
Yes, and guess what? I don't regret it.
Mm-mm.
Because the boy said to me that I am the person that make him the man that he is today.
Okay.
That's what the boy
that's very
said.
that's very admirable. That's very admirable.
Yes.
That's very admirable, because I said that's not something that many of us would have taken upon ourselves. And especially when help was promised and we don't see the help coming, then most of us would probably send him back to his parents. But you stuck it out. And so how long did you have these boys for?
From first form till they leave Camperdown. I have to see to it that everybody graduated with my daughter Trifina. Oh Lord, Stacey, it was a struggle to find all those clothing and keep up with lunch money. Yes, and guess what? They were bright boys,
right?
Very bright boys, and all of them, what them said they want to be when they grow up, Stacey. Just me, that's what they are today. Doctor, pilot, yes, yes. So I would always say that, listen, any mother these children have, I don't know. Them head must hurt them.
Yeah.
Because the boys them make me proud. So I can imagine the birth mother. Huh? Right. Very good boy. Very good. Stacey, if you see them persons, they would cry. Because I never know life could be like that. That you could have youngsters tell you what they want to be and grow up to be exactly what it is that they say.
So that's like
never have anything.
Okay. But that's a perfect example of it's not how you start, but how you end. Because they didn't get the perfect start, but at least they made good use of the opportunity that they got and was able to accomplish their goals. So kudos to them for that.
Yes.
So you have raised in total 7 girls, 4 boys.
It's not even about wanting nothing. 4 boys.
So in total, that is 11. That is 11 children.
Breakfast. Yes, I don't even did count. All I know is 7 girls, 4 boys. I don't even add.
Yes, that's in total. That is 11 children that you have raised single-handedly. Single-handedly on a minimum wage salary.
Yes.
And these children were not lacking anything, they were provided for.
No,
so you have to tell us now, what is the trick? That's a thing. That's what everybody wants to know now. What kind of magic you work? How that work out?
Yes, sometimes, believe me, Stacey, sometimes I wonder. And I think, as I said, it's all about love, determination. I was determined, Stacey, because remember, our children education is the important thing, right?
Right.
So my job, I am at St. Teresa Prep School for what? I think I worked for the school about 15 years. And then starting the business from there, I think about 6, 7 years now.
Okay, so so stick a pin now. So you're saying to us now that you have started your own business.
Yes, yes,
Okay,
yes,
then a big
yes,
thing that you just a drop it in, so
yes,
that's a big thing that. So
yes,
you know,
yes,
you're progressing along. You,
yes,
you,
yes. God has been good
okay.
because I'm determined. And
Mm-hmm.
one thing about me as a mother, I'm a very proud mother
Mm-hmm.
because I'm always saying that I must do something for my children to see this. Listen, mommy can do this.
Right,
And I really want my children to be proud of me
right.
because I made that mistake back then when I am young,
Mm-hmm.
so young. It affect me a lot of time. I would talk about it, be getting pregnant at a young age because I was a child.
Right.
But my mother wasn't there like that, Stacey, to,
You
you
didn't get the
know,
guidance.
let me know. Yeah, because I start take care of my brother and my sister at an early stage.
Right.
Early stage, I think I was mommy
So you
taking
start,
care of
so
my
in your
other
mind now you're
siblings.
an
Yes,
adult because you have all that
yes,
responsibility, so you feel like you're an
yes,
adult.
yes.
I
So
get it.
that pregnancy coming. So
Mm.
I would always talk about it, you know. But then when I started to work at St. Teresa Prep School,
Mm-hmm.
it gave me that push.
Right.
And I would send my children them to school. Sometimes I said, I'm so exceptional. I don't even know how I did manage to do it. Stacey, I carry bag, you see. Every evening I would have bag because I have to carry food. Because the
Mm-hmm.
boys, them eat a lot.
Right.
The boys, them eat a lot. Sometimes I would break down. When I look toothpaste done every minute, oh my Lord. Yes. And I was
Okay.
wondering where am I going to get it from? But the
Mm-hmm.
good Lord always
Always
step
provide.
in and
Mm-hmm.
they never in wants of anything. Them go to school
Right.
clean. That
Mm-hmm.
was my important. Them have to clean, them surrounding must be clean.
Mm-hmm.
I did all of that, Stacey, and there was nobody to help. A aunt,
Right.
a cousin, a grandma. No, I did not have that help raising my children. I
Mm-hmm.
raised my children on my own, Stacey.
Right.
I would say to you and others, nobody cannot give me any talk about my children. I am the one who raised
Mm.
my children.
Okay.
Nobody. There
So
wasn't anyone like that.
no assistance. So
No
what's next?
assistant.
What's next for Georgia? Like, what are some of the plans that you would want
Well,
to?
I'm actually trying to finish up my home now.
Okay.
So I started, yes, I'm on my way doing that. And then I would like to travel.
Okay.
Yes, I
I
would
know
like
there
to
was also talk about you possibly, writing a book about your journey. So is that still something that you want to do?
Yes, it is it. Actually, I started now to do my little writing, yes.
Okay.
So it's my life journey, Stacey.
Right.
I am writing about my life journey. It is
Okay.
very important to me to put it
Okay.
out there.
So do you think that by sharing this story now, in a physical book, your life journey, do you feel this would be like probably the last piece of the puzzle, for closure with certain things and, for moving forward and just accepting the journey for what it was?
Yes,
Okay.
yes, I think this is it, Stacey. The book, yes, I think the book. With it, I
Okay.
want persons to know.
Mm-hmm.
I've been through a lot, Stacey, because I said you don't raise so many children and it just got smooth like that. No,
Right.
no, it's not like that.
Right. I
There was
totally
time I
understand.
wasn't well, Stacey, because I'm asthmatic.
Mm. Okay.
Yes, I'm asthmatic. So there was time I'm not well, but when I'm not feeling well, I would use my pump. But I always got to work. I
Mm-hmm.
would always say, nobody now give me nothing, that's my famous word. So it doesn't matter, I have to work. And it
Right.
doesn't matter how small it is, I would take it. I have some children to take care
of, right?
There's no other way. So I would have to do it. Yes, my children was always the party. So I have to do that.
I totally get it.
Yeah, yeah, man. So it is, I think the book and sharing my life journey with others, I think it's the right thing for me.
Right. So it's
Yes,
part of your
it's the
healing
right thing,
journey
and it's very important to me. Yes, it is. It is.
I totally get it. All right, well, thank you for coming here today and sharing with us this story of overcoming. I commend you for your commitment not only to your children, but also the other children that you took in and you mothered and you guided them and got them to the place that they're at now. And I'm so happy that they're appreciative of your effort and they actually see value in what you did for them and they didn't take it for granted. I'm so happy for that. And I just want to say big up yourself because that's not something that many of us would have taken on. And you took it on a minimum wage, like I said before, and the outcome was good because everybody is excelling. Nobody was
Yes.
left behind. So
No, no.
kudos to you for that. So thank you for joining us here today and for sharing your story. And we wish for you all the best on your journey and whatever it is that you desire now for yourself, you are more than deserving of it. So I hope it will all come to fruition, and you will realize those dreams and those aspirations that you might have for yourself now.
Yes.
So my Stacey,
and I'm happy to be here. Yes, I'm really happy to be here sharing this evening. I am.
Okay. So my StaceySpeaks tribe, that's it for this episode of Bent Not Broken. And like I always say to you, continue working on yourself, continue doing that introspection, continue working on becoming the best you that you can be for you. So until next time, take care.